Hi, this is Frank Furness, and welcome to Tools and Tips, where I'll be discussing and showing you all kinds of tools you can use with regard to internet technology, websites, e-marketing, developing products. Also, take a look at my website, www.frankfurness.com, or drop me an email, frank@frankfurness.com. Remember to download my free internet ebook, and in that there'll be all kinds of tips and ideas, tools that you can download from the internet, tools that I've actually tried out that you can buy and use for various things. That's yours for free. www.frankfurness.com/internet CFM. Well, let's get started. Now let's take a look at newsletters. Some time ago, a friend of mine said, you've got to have a newsletter. And the biggest mistake I made was not having one. When I produced my first newsletter, the following day, I had a phone call from Singapore, which resulted in work. Now, this is what my newsletter looks like, and I send it out about once a month. I just find if I send it too often, people aren't going to open it. But just to give you an idea of what I go through, I have a number of sections in mine. Now, over here, you can see you can put in photographs, which is great. This part here summarizes what I'm going to be doing. And I always start with some sales tips. So yeah, I'm speaking about closing techniques. There I can actually put in a picture of one of my products. So there I'm speaking all about closing. On this side, this is my main article. So over here I would speak about a conference I recently did when I was in Singapore and Malaysia. Here I have the different costs, closes, the cost of delay close, secondary close. So there's a lot over here. And over here, you can also click in and you can actually hear a cut from the CD. It's great what you can do with technology nowadays. I have a section on technology tips here as well. And over here, if you have a look at this, click here to download your free internet marketing book. Now, that will automatically download that book. I then have a speaking tips and techniques section over here, things to do on speaking, and I sometimes have a motivation section as well. So the great thing, you can add in video clips, you can add in audio clips. Take a look at that there. Listen to Frank and Terry's sales tips. Speakers Bootcamp, they can download the brochure, they can download that brochure. That takes them straight into the product section on my website there, and that's the complimentary ebook. So all of these things work fantastically. So do you want to save this file or open it? If they clicked open, it would open it and it would start playing automatically. With this one, if they clicked on that link there, straight away it would just open up Acrobat and take them into my free internet book. By the way, if you want to get a copy of my free internet book, just type in www.frankfurness.com/internet.cfm. And in that, I've got all kinds of tips, techniques, and ideas, things that you can actually do with your website and the internet to make a lot more money. So there it is. It's downloaded the internet book for me. See that? There it is. 16-page little ebook. And all of these are hot links. If you had to click into that, it would actually take you into the link of the sales letter. Right, so here we come back into it. I use Constant Contact to do mine. If we go into the home here, home will show you all of my different campaigns. So on the 12th of February, I sent out to 3,560. I had 360 bounces, 10%. Now, it's very important for me to know who those bounces are. And if I click into that there, it tells me the reason why. 114 non-existent address, 64 undeliverable, 52 were blocked, 97 other. And what I do is I have another package I then use to send those out to those blocked, because sometimes if it comes through in an HTML document, a lot of the businesses are blocking those. If we go back home again, it also shows me how many people opened it, and it tells me their names as well, and it tells me how many people have clicked through to my website. Now 12.7% have clicked through. The average is 4%. So this is great because those are all potential buyers. It also tells me if anyone has reported me for spamming, and you'll see that doesn't happen because 100% of my list is opt-in. I have a whole lot of different campaigns. Yeah, I can go through my different campaigns. I can create a new campaign. I can remove one. I can go into an image library. My subscribers and lists, if I look at that there, I can add, I can update, I can remove, and I have different types of people that I would send to. There's my sales and speakers, 3,984. sales master list. So I have different groups that I could send out these things to. I can manage my bounces. I can see what kind of activity there is, the interest. I can export everything here back to my computer again. I can get reports. You see, this is so important. You've got to know the statistics of what is happening here. Because if we have a look at this here, mine overall, I've sent out 23,000 emails, and I've had a 12.6% clickback coming in, compared with other sites 8.9. So that means these people are very good or very likely to buy from me. There, it gives you the key for all of that there. There's a lot more features. The thing I like about this is you can design your own site. It's almost a click and start site. Let me show you here. Let's say you wanted to start a new campaign. Let's put create. We're going to just call it April the 17th, and it'll take you through a number of templates. Have a look at all of these different templates you can use. So you wanted a newsletter, professional, stylish outline. Okay, that looks good. So let's say you wanted to open that. You just go down a little bit further to take you into next. And as you can see here, it takes you through page by page. All you do is type in what you need. So let's have a look here. Let's say my first article over there. I click into that. I can now bring in an image. Have a look at that. I can bring my image in. I can actually type straight into here, or I can cut and paste from Word. I can also bold it. I can indent. I can hyperlink it to other things. I can add articles. I can add hyperlinks. So I can add as many articles as I want. I can add in quick links over here. So it might be come to my next speaker's bootcamp, and that would be the link. As soon as they clicked on that, it would take them into my website where they could download the full information. You can change the colors and the fonts over here. In fact, everything you've just seen in mine, you can add. You can add an event, an article, a promotion, a coupon. So what this really means is, for a cost-effective way of sending out a newsletter and keeping statistics of everything, there's nothing better, I believe, than Constant Contact. If you go to constantcontact.com, you can actually take a trial download and try it for yourself. But I would say whatever business you're in, you've got to keep in contact with your clients, and this is the best way to do it, through an ezine or a newsletter.